Hello everyone, and welcome back again for part 3 of our Viking river cruise. This time we're going to be finishing it up with our post extension in Milan, Italy. So welcome aboard, and let's go see what we can get into. As we left our ship and boarded our bus towards our journey to the Swiss Alps, we enjoyed some beautiful views along the way. We have a couple of stops before we get to the Swiss Alps. The first stop that we made it to was Barenz. Barenz is quite a beautiful area. The Barenz Lake is just absolutely stunning. The water is crystal clear. The skies the day we were there were a little overcast, but the beauty of this area was again absolutely stunning. Barenz began in the 19th century, world-renowned woodworking in a response to economic depression, and then tourism helped fuel that process in Barenz, along with the wonderful architecture of a Swiss chalet type village. Barenz is a beautiful place to visit. Highly recommend it. As you look around, you see wonderful things. Nice waterfalls are apparent. We saw this one that was absolutely gorgeous. But we had to move on from Barenz, and as we did, we boarded the bus and headed on to Interlaken. And Interlaken is the Swiss watch, or actually watch capital of the world, is what they say. In addition to that, they also had these hang gliders. I don't know if they were motorized. Some were, but because of the winds there in the mountain, they are very popular in Interlaken. So we got to visualize some of those, do a little shopping there on our stop on our way to the Swiss Alps. As we left Interlaken, we got a beautiful view of one of the mountains there that we're heading towards Grindelwald. We boarded the bus back up and headed on out towards Grindelwald. As we approached the Swiss Alps and Grindelwald, the beauty was astounding. This is where we got off the bus. There was a nice little river running through there. We went and got tickets to get on the cog train. The cog train was going to take us to the top of the mountain. So we grabbed our tickets, took our selfie of the mountain, and boarded the cog train as we headed up the mountain. The views were absolutely beautiful along the way. Down below, it was nice and lush and green. And as we headed up the mountain, everything turned to snowy terrain. Again, beautiful views and sights on the way up of the mountain. All the way up to the top there is where we're headed to. Once reaching the top of the mountain, we got off at the station and went to the chalet, or the ski chalet. There were plenty of skiers around. There was a movie filmed there. And of course, we had to enjoy some beverages and lunch, which was included in our tour. After our lunch, we got back out to the train site and headed back up the mountain further. And this is where we were going to reach the peak of the mountain. Again, lots of skiers there because this was actually a ski resort, is where we were taken to enjoy our lunch. So we headed up the mountain, got off at the top where it turned a little foggy, but yet that's also where the skiers disembark because we joined the tram on the way down. So instead of taking the train, we had a tram ride back down through the mountains. What an absolutely gorgeous view. Can't say enough about the views. These pictures do not do justice to the Alps. You really need to be there to see the beauty of this place. It's absolutely stunning. We continued on to Zurich, where we had some food in the evening, a little bird's nest there, of course, more cocktails. That capped off a nice evening before the next day's tour. Here's the next day tour we had on a bus tour to Zurich. We did have a drizzly day, overcast day. So much of this day was really spent on a bus ride. We did get a few stops and get some video and pictures here of the lake. Beautiful architecture abound as we got to visit this location. Our next tour took us to something that we were looking very much forward to, and that's becoming a chocolatier at this chocolate factory. So we put on our bonnets and listened to how to become a chocolatier, and then we got to go and experience actually making some chocolates. We each got to put chocolates into the mold, put different items into the chocolates, and thoroughly enjoyed this day, and there's our end results. After that, we moved on the next day to Lake Lugano. Lake Lugano is absolutely stunning, as it everywhere around here has been. We got to get off the bus there for several hours, walk around Lugano, and enjoy the area, do a little shopping, and of course having some lunch with some beverages. Wonderful mozzarella, some pasta, wonderful lunch, absolutely delicious. And of course, we wanted to top off the day with a little gelato to enjoy before getting back on the bus and heading to our next stop, Milano, or Milan. As we arrived to our hotel, we arrived late in the afternoon, so we got settled in and, of course, had to go out to some dinner and some cocktails and enjoy some cocktails and dinner in Milan. We also later on opened up our bottle of champagne that we bought when we were in that Champagne region earlier in one of the videos. Next day, we got to enjoy the Galleria, which was literally steps from our hotel. This is a very busy area, very well-known area, but a lot of high-end shops, a lot of Prada and Louis Vuitton and all the high-end shops in the Galleria as we wandered through there. Again, wall-to-wall people, lots of people there. As you can see here, this is the courtyard of the Duomo. Again, right around the corner from our hotel, so we didn't have to go very far to enjoy this. Stunning architecture. We did not go inside. We did enjoy it from the outside, but the views were absolutely stunning. Of course, had to enjoy an Aperol Spritz in the afternoon, and then in the evening, we got some authentic Italian pizza from around the corner, and then headed out on a tour the next day, walking around to go see some other sites. While we were walking through the city, we came upon this filming crew making a film for Christmas time, of all things. But we moved on, went on down the street to the area we were headed to, which was a fort of some sort. Had to get an Aperol Spritz to go. And then we went inside this fort and saw some beautiful sights inside of there. Unfortunately, I don't remember what that was called. Then we went back that afternoon to the Galleria. We were a little bit warm, so we thought we'd go to the Campari location, which is right on the corner of the Galleria, to do some people watching, have some lunch and some beverages. Of course, a visit to Campari wouldn't be complete without a boulevardiere, which we thoroughly enjoyed a couple of those, and we had some wonderful risotto and tortellini. It was absolutely spectacular lunch. We decided to go to this view bar, which was right around the corner. Of course, went upstairs to this lounge, and we had a wonderful view of the Duomo and courtyard area, sitting behind some glass there. And got to view the Duomo from a completely different angle than we had earlier. Of course, nothing would be complete without a cocktail up there, so we had some snacks. Sherry ordered their version, pretty fancy, of an old-fashioned. They served it in this nice little leather flask. It was quite a nice presentation for her beverage. And then I also enjoyed another Boulevardier. This one was served up. So there's our little snack for the afternoon. Did a little shopping, and then headed back to our hotel for our final nightcap before heading out the next day. A little Manhattan and spritz to call it an evening. And then the next day we had to say goodbye to the Grand and get to the airport to board our flight to head home. We had a wonderful time, enjoyed some croissants for the last time, boarded our flight, and headed back to the States. So say goodbye to Italy for now, and we hope you enjoyed this. Ciao for now.
Cruising for a boozing, we're shaking up fun. From the tiki bar to the pool deck, we're second to none.